Good morning, everyone. I'm back. I made a little oops, so I'm going to try and regather myself, regroup. I didn't realize I wasn't recording, and I put in each of the girls a little interactive pretty page, as Margaret uh, called them. And for her, I think she used a clock with a little brad and a little tag to spin. I used a little brad and little tags to spin, but I didn't use the clock, the little paper clock. And I thought I was recording, which this one I had done previous. So that's on the envelope that I put inside, and I just thought I'll make it I'll decorate it. So I did that. And I already had that glued in, and then I gathered the pieces for the other two girls, and I did another one. And then when I went to do the third, I realized I had not been recording. So since all three of them are done, I'll explain. Obviously, I collected the things that I wanted, well, a big pile like this. Can you see that? Big pile of just small tags, big tags, medium-sized tags. All those things I've already inked around, like every one of them. So some people fussy cut, I fussy cut, and then I fussy ink. I just sit and ink for hours. It's kind of what I do. Anyway, so they're all pre-inked, and I rearrange them on the page without gluing them and play around with it a little bit. Those aren't the only elements. I'll rip out a piece of paper. Like this is actually, I believe, a piece of Tim Holtz, but the rest are from, most of this is Vibe of Vintage, her ephemera pack. There are little pieces of Tim Holtz or whatever that got put in there. This is just a piece of paper from my shorthand book that was left over. This is a die cut that I stamped on and inked, but for the most part, you get that. So I just arranged it the way I wanted it. On this one, I did stamp underneath. You can obviously stamp on top. Do it, just work them in any way you want. But before you glue them down, I glued a couple of the pieces together and then put the brad through so that the brad is not to the inside of the envelope. I don't want the brad feet, legs on the inside. It's smooth in there. There's no brad. The brad legs are under the paper and the cardboard. So just have fun with it, rearrange and play with it a little. And each one of these do move. I did put a little picture under each one to hide. Little picture hiding each one. This one has a little dragonfly, my favorite, and the fern one. So anyway, once I realized I no longer had that to videotape, I thought I'd do the other interactive page that swings up and down, has opening, and you hook it to the page and you swing it up and down. Let me see if I can find the lady I tried to put it in. I ended up trying it. Obviously, I finished it. I just put the brad in it for now. Because here it is. Because when I put it through the page where I put the hole, I didn't follow directions very well, and somehow when the brad is through there and it's all connected and it fits perfect, when I swing it up, great. When I go to swing it back down, the corner of this paper hits the seam on the inside in there, and I'm not entirely sure what to do to fix it. So I decided to sit it aside. I'm either going to have to remake them or go in a different direction. So that was a whole afternoon wasted. Don't get to see that either. So, plan C. I got together some pieces to make another pretty page. It's not really going to do anything. I just want to make pretty pages to look at when you're paging through it. There's obviously tons of journaling spaces and stuff, so I can easily eat up some of those pages with just pretty things. So I did mark each one. Let's see, this is the one I got closest to done, and we will discuss that. Okay, so this one is not for this one. It is not for that one. It is for this one. I did pick out a couple of times where I wanted to put it, and then every time I pull it out, I forget where I wanted to put it. So let's just see what we have. We have on the back cover, pretty. We have on this envelope the interactive tag page. We have a fold out page, but that one has the mini file folder. Excuse me. So we have the other half of the envelope, or we could just pick one of these. This page has the pocket on it. So just for the sake, I might have even purposely did it for here. So what I did was, this is just a little swinging tag. I took this piece, it was just a piece of paper, and I put it on a thin piece of cardboard that I had, like cardstock, really thin cardstock, just to give it a little bit more heft. And I had this little piece from this pile over here. As a matter of fact, it's this one. Whoop, it's this one. And I ripped the ends, glued it onto the white piece. I had this die cut with this die cut. So I took the green die cut and I put a vanilla envelope piece die cut over it. I got a little tag from, I bought these at the time from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if they still have them. I know Walmart does, but. And then, of course, this also, I believe, was from in here. And I glued that on top, so that's what the back looks like. Now, I did like offsetting this. I just thought that looked cool. And then before I glued this down, obviously I added the little tag on its own little string. And I had worked it out on here, but did not glue it down. But I also have this little piece that I actually really like. I'm not sure where I would want to stick it, but I actually really like it. I don't want to cover numbers. I don't know if it adds or takes away. And originally when I made this and I wanted this backed is because I was going to just glue it down like a pocket and give it a little extra pocket. That was my thought at the time. And obviously I can still do that. If I glue this onto the page, that would get glued down, totally glued down like that. And then this would get glued on 3 sides and it would still be a pocket. I'm just not entirely sure. Shall we? We shall. Let's do that and get this one finished. I'm almost done with the girls. If I just could figure out, let me get back into thing. Also, I did have a comment that I was going to try and remedy, which was some of my videos were a little far away, and it was a little hard to see. So I did lower my camera a little bit, well, my phone, I mean, and if that isn't low enough, I will lower it more. I didn't want to jump all the way down to super low and have everyone feel like I was going to poke their eye out. I tend to be a little spastic with my hand movements. I'm sure no one noticed, but so I didn't want to just lower it down super low. Well, what appears to me when I look into the camera super low, my phone. And I didn't want anyone to feel like I was going after their eye. So I'm gonna go in baby steps. And I would appreciate if I get a few comments on if you can see or if I need to go lower. So that's what we have. And it's still a pocket. Let's see, I probably shouldn't be sticking anything in there quite yet, but it is a pocket. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So we'll stick that one aside. And let's get the next one. Let me see. Yes, now the next one I didn't get quite as done because I do like to show a little bit of the process. I keep everything in separate bags or I get it all mixed up. And I did dump my pile over here so I can pull from it if I want to or feel I should. And again, I'm not entirely sure where I felt I was going to stick this. Here, this is an envelope, and it already has pretty on one side. I don't know. I probably started it for that because it's a little thin, this. It's kind of interesting how with having 3 of them going at the same time and how quickly you think you're going to remember and you just don't. I think okay, remember that, gotta remember that. And does not fail. I do not remember that. Okay, so I can do the same thing with this one. It will be a much smaller pocket, but as you can see, I also put a thin layer of cardstock. I didn't worry about getting it all the way up because, to be honest, as this wears, I don't know if you can see through the light, as this rips and wears, I think that's just sort of cool. Sorry for the glue. I think that's kind of a cool addition. I did put the brads and I did squish them because I like when they're squished. 1, I like the look, but 2, I do feel it's less invasive in a book because you kind of flatten down the round highness of it. So I can do the same thing. I can pick a larger tag because this is a much larger envelope. I can glue that down and glue that. I can even move this all down, and when I glue this as a pocket, a tiny little pocket, glue this as a pocket, or I could just glue this in this corner and then glue it around here and have it like one giant pocket. But I do like having separate areas, so I think I would like to probably glue this down as a pocket, then finish this side. Before I glue that as down, I'd like to decide if I'm going to use any of these. I don't know. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is less. I don't know what does that say? Dream. Nope, 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 nope. Dream. Yeah, I may do that. Okay, probably that. And this is just a little piece that kind of just stick it somewhere, and it's just of interest. Perhaps not there, but you get what I'm saying. You just stick it out somewhere, and you make it a little piece of interest. That's all. Even that way, gets a little rough unless you. Oh, I could maybe do it like that. Okay, I think either there. I don't mind that. I don't mind. I don't hate that. There. Okay, it's obvious I'm not a jewelry maker. Okay, okay, first let's get the big one glued down. Okay, right under that, as you can see, I did use my splatter. Make sure I get it on the right side. I used my splatter stamp and splattered away. So I gotta get this fairly close, and we'll hope that that's give or take close to where we wanted it. Then I can move this in or out and put this over here a tiny bit. I like it a little off center. I don't know if it's sticking out a little, so I'm going to glue that like that. So let's just put a tiny bit of glue, and I'm using art glitter today. Let's see if I can get this semi where I want it. Whoop. Yes, the toils of big fingers. Okay. Hope that wasn't sticking out too far. Just pull it down a hair. All right. So now we have something like that. So as you can see, it's honestly it's easy to just glue pieces down in non-uniform ways. It's easy, yet it's kind of a hard. I think it's kind of hard for me. I mean, I'm still learning this technique. Is that what I'm learning? This technique. And once you do a couple, you realize just how easy it is. I think the hardest part sometimes is putting it down where you want it and remembering where that exactly was. You have to kind of sometimes finagle a little bit, because my eyes are off today. And yes, I'm wearing my glasses, but and I think sometimes when you get it completely where you want it, and then you think I have to glue everything now, and you push it aside and go to start to glue it. If you're anything like me, you have no idea where it was. I try to put it down in my head, but it just doesn't. Okay, like it there, that's where it's going. I just have no idea. So I end up completely changing it, and well, it is what it is. But I'm the type of gal, I could spend 20 minutes looking for my glasses, all to have family members tell me they're on your head. Thanks. chunks. But sorry if I get very engrossed in my craft. Okay, so I think that's how it's going to be. I don't feel I need to add much more. Oh, I like that side too. Don't look, as Margaret says. Don't look. Oh, yes, so true, Margaret. So true. Don't look. Okay, I'm just going to end the pocket there. We don't need a super deep pocket. So I can glue up part of the way. And this one, as you can see, I have 2 of the brads behind this cardboard, and 2 of the brads are sticking out. But whenever I'm working with brads, I really do like to try and give it a little extra grabs from somewhere. Whoop. Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Just want to hold it a couple seconds. Okay, that's where we're at. And in a second, I'll be able to see. So we have a little pocket there. And we have a pocket there. So I think, okay, I gotta hold it more. Whoop, come on, Art. Do your job. Do your job. So I like that. I think that's a keeper. And then what do we have left? Let's see. Okay, so that's one with the tag. So we finished this one. Let's put that one over here, and we will take the fern. We will take the part I messed up on, and I'll show you the pieces I picked out for this one. Normally I normally would have never kept a piece like these little tiny pieces, because I don't have a stamp small enough, and I wouldn't have ever thought of using these. But it was Margaret from sevenplaza. She used one of these little pieces, and I thought, oh my goodness, brilliant. Keep it out of the landfill. Let's use it, because heaven forbid we don't have enough here. All right, so this one, as you can see, I didn't even do a layout. I did put a piece of cardstock underneath it. Again, it's pretty thin cardstock, so that's paper and cardstock, and it bends pretty easy. Here's my die cut window thingy with another die cut stamped on. I was thinking of doing something a little different here. I did put just a piece of like journaling paper, well, plain copy paper, a tiny little piece that was coffee stained. I put that on there because I really didn't like the design on the back with this design. This is a piece evidently of Tim Holtz, because that's Tim Holtz. But gotta love that, right? No project is complete without something of Tim Holtz. And if you don't have something of Tim Holtz, you just keep saying his name. That's what I do. Okay. This was going to be my long piece to put this way or this. I wasn't sure if I was going to go over here, because originally I wanted to glue this on here. I wanted to make one of these numbers as sort of my focal point. So before I go too far, I guess I should figure out what page. For this one, we have our... Before I go further, I digress here, but I have this picture of the same woman who's on this page, and I thought of roughing up the edges a little bit, or not, and putting her down on top of her own page just to make it legit. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. I don't think I have him, but that's her boo. Okay, so let's see. I don't know what this is. We have this side, so we could actually do it on this side. I like it on this side because I have the thumb pull, or whatever. It's not thumb notch. So if I put that there, I'm sorry if I'm getting my head in the way or bumping the camera. Alright, if I move this up, I can put this piece here. I don't know why I'm liking this splash of color. I really don't know why. And that's why I inked it up that way, but I just like the splash of color. I don't know why. So we're doing it. Then this one, I was going to perhaps maybe try to get 2 numbers in it. Like that. Now this piece, I wasn't sure about this piece. I did have these pieces pulled out because I do like something, do like a little pieces in there. I do like the little pieces, and either some of those. And I guess before I don't know, keep changing my mind. I'm very fickle, and I just keep rethinking all my options until someone wants to slap me. So we're just gonna commit. That's... Oh, what am I doing, Jill? We are gonna commit. I better put some glue up here then, since I'm committing. Yep, committed. Let's see if I have to move that up a little. What do I do? Whoop, there. Just put that in a hair. This one out a hair. We are committed. Done. Okay. Decision made. Okay, just got to get it up high enough that's not going to stick out. Now with this one, I'm not going to make that a pocket. I didn't really intend to make that a pocket. However, I may decide to make this a little pocket. This was the piece that I wanted to maybe, this big maybe. This is really a big maybe. I don't want to get it in the way there. And I think it would be in the way there. Maybe over here. No. Up there. Oh, sorry for the airplane. Don't get too many of them around here. Okay. I'm not liking that, and yet I really did want to try and use that. I had a thing in mind. No, just doesn't look like I'll be able to make it work. Sometimes you get an idea and just not working. Okay, so far we have this. And so far I'm liking that. So now we just have to try and figure out where we want this. Like that. And I think I'll just make this the pocket. Then I will, what will I do? Let's see. Perhaps I need something over that way. Let's see, what do I have? Okay, I have unk. Put an unk. Unk. Oh, nope, okay. Let's go for something more smaller, more square. Something. Okay, how could I have 19 million things over here? Okay, I'll try for that. Oh, sorry, bumped the camera. Didn't mean that. Maybe something round. That's what we could use. Oh, okay. All right, that's gonna get glued down. I think that does help. I think that does help. What do you think? That's gonna happen? Okay. All right, I'm just gonna put a dab of glue under there. I think I put a dab of glue under there. No, I did not put a dab of glue under there. Okay, I see why. Okay, we're just gonna turn it this way. All right, there we go. See, this is my process, and I enjoy watching other people's processes because it shows me that I'm not totally insane with my process. I second guess myself. I sometimes triple guess myself. I change my mind often. And that is normal. And I want you to know that is normal. It may be irritating, but it is normal. Now I had ripped off these tiny little pieces of washi tape. I have a big roll I bought on Amazon with other rolls, and I thought at somewhere in here I could just pretend like, oh, it was ripped, you know, oh, we needed to tape it. But I usually glue it because I don't trust just especially the unbranded or not name brands. I don't trust the glue, they're very weak. All right, so anyway, let's pick another thing or two, because you're probably getting tired of watching me. What is this? Cannot. Let's see. I'm doing it. I heard at least one person say, do it. So I'm doing it. I'm gonna go right about there. I'm gonna pick it up to make sure I'm not too horribly crooked. I'm doing that. Then I'm going to figure out where I want this. That's going to be my pocket, so I'll probably just do that last. In the meantime, I didn't use anything green. I don't know. Let's give, whoop. really like using these little pieces. I think they're cute. Okay, well, it is gonna go there. I just don't know if I want the tan one or the green one. If I don't use the tan one over there, maybe I can use it over there. Okay, I'm pushing it. Let's just try the green one. Okay, I should have brought my tweezers, because okay, the green one's happening. I'm doing the green. Okay. Come on, art. Oh, thank you. It's very temperamental. It just needs to be asked sweetly. All right. Let's get him on here. Just boop. Oop. And it's sticking out as much as I can, and yet still look like it's underneath there. It will get glued down, so it's not like... Alright, I think I'm ready to just glue this part down. I don't feel it needs anything else, and it will all get glued, so I'll have to... Come on, art. Try to glue as close as I can to the edges, because that's the part that usually will start to curl up. Not that I'm against that. Grungy and all that. It's kind of my thing, so. But I do want it to be sturdy enough that it's not just going to come fluttering out of the book the second someone opens it. So, okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Up higher. Okay, this is where I do not shine. Okay, there we go. Oh, I did it. Okay, then this piece, which will get left as a pocket, so I don't want to put it up too high or too low. I kind of want it right there. Do I? I can't hear you guys. It's got to be up here. Got to be over there. How's that? Then if I want, I can either add this to the mix. Wait, which way do I? If I go it this way, yep. If I go it this way, whoop. Oh, for heavens to Betsy, Jill. If I glue it this way, you can actually put a secret little... Glue that there. Okay, so if I glue this... Which way? Okay, take this off and... Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, so we have to glue about here to about there. Okay, so let's just glue this piece. I'm only gluing okay, I think that's about right. I know it seems weird, but I want that as a flap. I'm feeling it as a flap. That's what I'm feeling. And then this will get glued like that. Like that. Probably should move that over her hair. Well, nope, perfect. All right, we're going to glue this down and call it done. And okay, so I don't know, was this it? There it is. There it is. Probably shouldn't stick anything in it until I know it's a little drier, but there it is. And a little secret area to write a little secret pin or code. Yes. Then what I'm going to do is take my little tiny piece of washi. Sorry about my hands. I'm a working girl. Okay. It's probably too big. And I'm just going to, let's just put it over here. Let me just see it. I don't like that. Nope, it's too big. I'd have to make it littler, and I may make one littler, but as of right now, these little ones are too big. So I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna, I'll decide if I want to do that later. But as of now, it is done, and that's what we have. So I hope you don't mind that I somehow didn't record my other little interactive page and then made a debacle of the swinging up page. I'm not entirely sure I have the patience to retry this. Margaret made it look so easy. What a pro. I have to work on my skill on this type of maneuvering, but we did get another pretty page out of it. So I hope everyone's enjoying this series. I really only have 1 or 2 more things left, and then these will be headed off to Etsy. I don't know if I can sell all 3. Maybe 2. Maybe I'll keep 1. Yeah, I guess it depends. But in the meantime, keep watching, and thanks for all the sweet comments. I have gotten nothing but sweet, wonderful comments. Thank you so much for that. So, okay, we're done for now. Happy crafting and hugs.